everyone. Welcome to Chat with Nat. Chat with Nat is actually a talk show where we interview Sacred Heart University students, and we're actually using their building in Martiri. Today I have with me Tim French. He's actually a Sacred Heart University graduate student and a Marine Corps veteran. Tim, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. I had the day off, so no
That's
complaints.
awesome.
I think any student knows how that is.
Oh, I'm very jealous. You know, I am admiring your shirt right now because it's actually Sacred Heart University colors. I'm really digging that.
Yeah, you know, I realized any other color would just be inappropriate to wear.
No, I love it. You look great.
Thank you.
So, Tim, you're from New Hampshire. That's actually one state I've really never heard a student come from at Sacred Heart University. What kind of made you decide to come down here?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I've seen maybe 3 or 4 New Hampshire license plates on campus,
Wow.
but that's about it.
Dang.
Well, I have a friend that was in the Marine Corps with me who lives in Middletown, Connecticut.
Oh,
And,
okay.
He was like, you know, you should really come check Sacred Heart out. We could move in together. We could, you know, start school and stuff. And
That's awesome.
yeah,
Well, even
kinda
like
history
before
from there.
college, you know, like something I guess when you were in high school, what was the one thing that kind of like triggered you? Like, you know, oh, I don't want to go to college right away. Like, I definitely want to go and join the Marines.
My dad was actually in the Marines. My dad is a Vietnam veteran, you know, shout out to them. And I just always admired him. And I knew that I wanted to be that someday, you know, that I wanted to be that strong of a person. And, you know, yeah.
That's amazing.
Kind of led me in that direction.
I love that. It's like kind of like a father-son thing you guys have.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And how long did you serve for?
I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years.
Okay.
I served from 2008 to 2012.
And what was that like? Can you like, not really a day in the life, but you know, kind of like the process or the experience of what that was kind of like?
Well, it is quite a process. So, I mean, you start out going to boot camp. It's 13 weeks of pretty much, you know, excuse my language, but hell. And it's a little rough. It's warm in South Carolina. And really that's where they break you down and they make you a whole different person than you were before. And ever since then, I've just, you know, been growing as a person and, you know, catching on with life.
You know, that's something that you said there. It makes you into a whole new person. Like, from someone who really doesn't know that much about the Marine Corps, can you kind of explain to me some of the things that, you know, when you were in boot camp that really kind of stuck with you that said, I know that I'm going to make this through, and I know for the next 4 years this is really going to stick with me?
You know, that's a really tough question. It's really hard to
Sorry.
answer. That's okay. It's just there's a social aspect that really breaks you down. There's no communication with the outside world. There's, you know, all you have is letters. There's no phone calls. There's no seeing your family. There's no seeing your friends. There's no, you know, chats or nothing like that. It really breaks you down socially. And then, you know, by the time you earn your right to be a Marine, you know, towards the end of boot camp, you really start to feel like you've really accomplished something, and it's quite the feeling, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of felt like some just amazing vibes from your answer. Like I feel just really touched because I know that like from your answer you just sound very genuine, and I can see even just now that it really has changed you. So like the first, I guess, year or so when you were in the Marine Corps, like what was that like? Was it terrifying? Were you ready?
It is a little scary, to be honest with you. I was only 17 when I joined, so my parents had to sign me away.
Young,
and they were like,
holy
go home, you know,
moly.
see you later. But so the first year, I guess, that I was in the Marines, it was really tough. It's a lot of moving around. You move from home to South Carolina to go to boot camp. You move from South Carolina to North Carolina to go to combat training. You move from North Carolina to, me personally, I went to California. So I was stationed out in California for 6 months. And then after those 6 months, I moved back to North Carolina. So you can kind of see how, as a 17-year-old, you know, kid moving that often, you know, packing all your stuff up, moving, going to different places for training or, you know, whatever the purpose would be. It was different, but it was very eye-opening, you know, to see more than just New Hampshire or New England. And
Did you like California at all?
Yeah, loved it. Again, I was only, you know, 17, borderline 18, so I didn't get to go out to the bars or anything that all my friends got to do. You know? But it was nice, beautiful weather, and yeah, no complaints.
We'll be right back after this short break.
We are your future leaders.
We are united.
We are hockey players.
We are dancers.
We are athletes.
We are Catholic.
We are creators.
We are making a difference.
We are making the world a better place.
We are sisters.
We are brothers.
We are here to serve.
We are here to serve.
We are compassionate.
We are turning dreams into reality.
We are pioneers.
We are.
We are.
Welcome back to Chat with Nat. We're still here with Tim French, where he just told us his amazing Marine Corps life story, and now we're actually going to talk to him about how he got from all the way from California to North Carolina to here in a small town of Connecticut. So Tim, you did mention you had a buddy that is from Connecticut, but what kind of drew you to come to Sacred Heart for undergrad?
I took a couple tours. I looked at Salem State University. I looked at
Okay.
LaSalle. I looked at a couple of small schools in New Hampshire as well. I was looking to get into exercise science or kinesiology or any similar field. And I took a tour of SHU, and it was absolutely beautiful. And, everyone was so nice. And, I couldn't think of anything that would make this campus bad.
Right. I mean, it is a really pretty campus,
Yeah.
especially when it snows and everything looks great.
Yeah.
So what kind of made you choose the major exercise science?
Well, I mean, just from my military experience, we spend a lot of time doing we call it PT. It's personal physical training. But
Okay.
so we spent a lot of time doing PT, and I realized along the way that it maybe should have been done better, or it could have been done better, and that's what kind of got me into studying, the correct way to do exercises and running and anything like that. It's just kind of always interests me how the body works and how the body moves, and it's fascinating, really.
So you kind of took your connection from your military life and wanted to apply it to an undergraduate and now a graduate level.
Yeah. So I guess long story short, when I was getting ready to leave the military, I was in charge of the body composition program in the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
And what that is it's basically a program to help Marines who are starting to, get out of shape, or they're maybe not in their top physical condition.
Okay.
And I used to basically be in charge of getting them back to being within Marine Corps standards. And so just from doing that, I learned that I love, working with people, especially in terms of, exercise and helping them out and be healthier. And yeah, so it was
That's
always
amazing.
my interest.
I love that. So it was like a really true connection, I guess, with you and whoever the Marine person was, or the patient, I guess you could say. Now, obviously, you're very fit. We can obviously see that. So when you came to Sacred Heart, I'm sure you still wanted to stay fit and be in shape. And you're on the rugby team, as we can see from your awesome picture. That's a really good portrait
It's a
of
great
you.
picture.
What kind of made you want to join the rugby team? I guess, from your experience or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I had never even heard of rugby before, to be honest with you. And
That's pretty cool.
I was traditionally a wrestler. I wrestled in high school, and
Okay.
I wrestled a little bit in the Marine Corps. So I didn't do any sports while I was in, but I did some stuff on the side, and then I got out and I started going to college, and I'm like, I need something to, I guess you would say, meet people, or because I'm not from
Right.
here.
Right.
I'm from 3.5, 4 hours away, so
Yeah.
I knew almost nobody coming here, and I actually met one of the Marines that used to be on the team, Billy Sanchez.
Oh, wow.
And he was a Marine, and he was on rugby, and he asked me to come out and check a game out, and loved it ever since. I mean, just seeing the sport played, and the way that everyone treated each other with such respect, and they were so close. It kind of had that Marine Corps feel to me, and I knew right away, like, that's for me.
Now, you say that Marine Corps feel, is that kind of like the bond and the passion that you kind of had when you were with them for 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, like, the reason Marines are so close is just, suffering through blood, sweat, and tears, whether it be a deployment or training, or, physical training or any of that stuff. The blood, sweat, and tears really is what bonds people together. And just seeing that within rugby, I mean, there's so many injuries, and there's, this guy will stick up for you, on the field and off the field, and yeah, it's really hard to put in words.
Yeah.
But it's such a tight bond, and I knew it was something that was familiar to me.
That's amazing. Again, I can really see how much you love the sport and how much you loved being in the Marines, again, just from your answer. But are you still friends with any of the rugby team now that you're in graduate school? How's that going for you?
Yeah, so I started my graduate program last semester, in the fall semester, and I had another year of eligibility. So Yeah.
You get to play for another year.
Yeah. So I
That's
started
pretty sweet.
playing last semester until I got injured, which is bound to happen in rugby.
Yikes. Yeah. What happened?
We were playing Army actually in a scrimmage before the semester started, before the
Okay.
season started, and
Okay.
I tore my ACL, my MCL, and both meniscus
You.
in one
Oh,
go.
man.
So that put me
Yikes.
down for a little while, but
Okay.
I still, I'm still with the team. I still help do the charity events, like we do the Red Cross blood drive, and we have an event on campus as well, Ruggerfest. So I've helped with that as well, and it's still my team. I may not be playing right now, but
Right.
it's still my team.
Still going to stick with them through
Yeah,
thick and thin.
absolutely.
That's awesome. So as far as graduate school, what do you like with exercise science? Like, how do you like the program? What made you want to stay really with Sacred Heart?
Well, I mean, again, I love the school and I love the people that I'm here with. So that was probably a strong deciding factor of why I wanted to stay here. The second factor is that the exercise science program here is actually, it's great. They have a strong clinical connection. So you get to try many different things before you decide kind of what you want to do after you graduate. And for me, I'm kind of undecided right now, so I'd like to try a bunch of different things in my field that I could do after I graduate.
Excellent. Thank you, Tim. We'll be right back after this short break.
Number one, drums go bump, bump, bump. This beat here will make your home bump jump. If you's a fat one, put your clothes back on before you start putting potholes in my lawn. Oh my gosh, I'm under attack.
Welcome back to Chat with Nat. Tim just told us before about his experience at Sacred Heart University and with the rugby team. We have just a few more questions for Tim as far as graduation. Tim, I know you're in the master's program. You'll be getting a graduate degree. What do you see doing after that?
Yeah, so I have a couple hundred clinical hours that I need to complete before
Couple
I can,
hundred?
Yeah,
Okay.
about 500
Holy
that I need
moly.
to complete before I can graduate.
Oh
So,
boy.
yeah, I have about a year left in the program.
Okay.
And I'm hoping within those couple hundred hours
Mm-hmm.
that I can kind of figure out what I want to do. I'm on the clinical track in exercise
Okay.
science and nutrition, so I'll be working in a hospital with clinically compromised patients. And,
Okay.
And I'm really just looking forward to helping people in the future. I'm not exactly sure in what immediate field, but
Right.
it's gonna be beneficial for me, and I'm gonna love it either way.
That's awesome. Would you move back home or would you stay here?
New Hampshire's not exactly the most interesting place.
Okay.
But no, I love New Hampshire, and I love New England. I love Connecticut. I've lived here for 4 years now, and so probably anywhere within the area, anywhere within the New England area. I'm not really sure yet, though.
Well, that's awesome. Tim, I want to thank you again just for coming on our show and sharing your story and being so genuine and just awesome. Thank you for everyone who tuned in at home. We'll see you next week on Chat with Nat.